Hello, this is Makeda of the Boston Bidoofs, and this is my Week 11 battle, the championship battle between the San Francisco Cinderace. If you recall, my original battle versus the San Francisco Cinderace, I lost. He turn one burnt me on my Drapion, and that pretty much sealed the deal for him, turn one. But at the same time, it was my fault. I had a plan set and I didn't stick to it. So this week, um, I've made a pretty diverse, unique team compared to what I've brought typically, and hopefully that's going to catch him off guard a little bit. If you know right away, I don't have my Conkeldurr, which is my S tier, my strongest Pokemon, because one, if you look at his S tier, his A tier, and his G Max, Conkeldurr doesn't really do much. Okay, maybe he could kill Cinderace, sure, but Aegislash and Grimmsnarl, they both, well, Aegislash absorbs a Mach Punch or a Drain Punch, and Conkeldurr dies to a Shadow Ball, and Grimmsnarl takes neutral damage from the fighting because it's a Fairy type, and then G-maxes and kills him with the Fairy move. So I'm like, I could bring Conkeldurr. He gets that priority, but I think this week I have other things that I should focus on. And better options to go against his team. Plus, hopefully he'll expect me to bring the Conkeldurr, and then that'll give me a little bit of an advantage. So first of all, of course, I'm bringing my Corviknight. It is fully defensive to take as little damage from Pyro Ball as possible, as well as Fire or Electric Silvally or his Raichu. Not scared of the Raichu, don't think he's going to bring it, but it's still the potential to be there. Also, the Flygon can have fire coverage, the Grimmsnarl can have fire punch, so just everything to tank super effective hits versus me. And really, it's just here to deal with G-Max Grimmsnarl, Crustle, and maybe get some extra damage off or the Defog off if I need to, with G-Max Windrage. So it's just here because he's a big tanky boy, big bulky boy, and he's my G-Max, so I really can't justify leaving him out like I can Conkeldurr, because that double HP just makes it impossible to die in one hit, and that's super critical. So going to my second Pokemon, which is my Rotom Heat. So this week I brought a Light Clay with Reflect. If you look at his team, you can see it's a majority physical attackers. He's got Grimmsnarl and Aegislash, which can function in both physical and special, but typically you want to run physical. Then he has Cinderace, Flygon, Silvally, which is also can be mixed. Silvally could also be mixed. So the problem I have versus him is he has the potential to switch up the attacking styles of whichever Pokemon he decides to bring on the biggest threats to me, but I feel like their most beneficial function is as a physical attacker, and I have a lot of very specially defensive Pokemon like Goodra and Araquanid, so I feel like he'll probably opt to go physical on those Pokemon, and so I brought Reflect. So the reason I have Reflect is if he brings Flygon, Choice Scarf Flygon, and I set up a Reflect on the Switch. Let's say I'm out against his Aegislash, which gets O-code by Overheat, or I'm against like a weakened Vaporeon or something, for example, and he switches into Flygon because he knows I can't. Yeah, he could take the Fire move, he could take the Electric move. I set up Reflect. I can live a Stone Edge, and I can get a Will-O-Wisp off, or I could just switch out, and I think that's going to be super useful. If I get the opportunity to do it, I don't want to choice it into anything this time. I have Will-O-Wisp because, like I said, most of his team has the potential to be very strong physically offensive. So I want the ability to cripple him. He does have Roselia, could Aromatherapy, but I don't think he's going to bring that either. Okay, I think his most likely team will be Grimmsnarl, Aegislash, Cinderace, Crustle, Sigilyph, and either Silvally or Vaporeon. Don't know about the type on Silvally. He could bring water again. He could bring electric or fire if he's really worried about my Corviknight. Electric maybe more so because it also gets to Araquanid, and it gets coverage for the things that resist electric on my team, like Whimsicott and Quagsire Rhydon. It gets Grass Pledge, so it has the potential to be really strong, but I'm not too worried about it. I can outspeed it with Goodra. Corviknight can tank any hit from it, even if it brings Flamethrower or Thunderbolt or has either of those as a multi-attack type. So we'll just have to see. I'm not expecting him to bring Silvally, but it's definitely a possibility. Ground could be okay, but we'll see. So that's why I think he's going to bring Grimmsnarl, Aegislash, Cinderace, Crustle, Sigilyph, and Flygon. So those are the 6 I'm expecting. My next Pokemon is Whimsicott. I have Choice Specs Prankster because I feel like if he brings Crustle, he's going to lead it turn 1, and I'll switcheroo the Choice Specs onto it. Because if he gets a Shell Smash off on Crustle, it is a very scary Pokemon versus my team. I have no Rock Resists if I don't bring Conkeldurr. I have a lot of trouble with dealing with it after a Shell Smash. But if I switcheroo with Choice Specs, even if he doesn't Shell Smash, it cripples him to the point where anything I switch in can deal with whatever. It's Choice Specs into it. And I don't die in one hit to any of his attacks. So yeah, I think Whimsicott's going to be especially useful in dealing with Crustle. If he doesn't lead Crustle, I lead Araquanid, which is a chunk to everything else on his team. But Moonblast Energy Ball for that dual stab coverage. Moonblast does 100% minimum to regular Grimmsnarl. So if I can get his Grimmsnarl to get through his Gmax, or if I can catch it on a switch somehow, which I doubt, but just in case, I can OHKO it with the Moonblast, always outspeed. I can hit the Flygon with the Moonblast. I can outspeed non-scarfed Flygon with modest max speed and kill it in one hit. And it doesn't kill me with anything except if he has like special investment and a fire attack. So that's pretty neat. I have Leech Seed there in case I predict a switch and I can get some extra healing off, because something my team really lacks is healing. I traded off Espeon like I said last week, so I have no Wish Passer. I have no Recover on this week. I have Roost on Corviknight, but besides that, I don't really have much. Oh, I didn't explain. So I brought U-Turn this week on Corviknight because obviously he has some things that can counter it extremely, like Vaporeon tanks it, Cinderace tanks it. If it's like Fire Silvally, Electric Silvally, it can probably tank everything too. So I have the U-Turn there because if I switch in Corviknight on something like, let's say, Roselia. What's Roselia going to do to Corviknight? I switch Corviknight into Roselia. I predict a switch and I U-turn out, and then I could get the advantage. That's the only reason I have U-turn there. I feel like if I bulked up, he would see through that, and I just want to be able to have the ability to pivot, especially against Jonathan, whose switches are very... he has very good predictions and stuff. He makes really good plays, so I just wanted to have U-turn there just in case. Onto my... I'm done with him, right? Yeah. I have my 4th is my Goodra, Choice Scarf Goodra. I think that's going to be pretty cool because, one, I always bring Assault Vest. He's not going to expect my Araquanid to be Assault Vest. And Gooey, because Choice Scarf Gooey with 92 speed, modest, outspeeds Choice Scarf Flygon after tanking a hit. So I can switch Goodra in on a Dragon attack, and then I can outspeed and kill it with an Ice Beam, or I can use the Draco Meteor if I think he's going to switch, or if his Grimmsnarl is down. So I just have the ability to do a lot of things once I tank a hit and lower speed. Also, Cinderace has to 3-hit KO me with Pyro Ball, even banded, with my defense investment. I can deal with his Grimmsnarl with Sludge Wave, or at least do a little bit of damage. I have Flamethrower for Aegislash. Draco Meteor hits everything else on his team very hard. So I think Goodra's going to be really good if I can get it to work properly, if I can use it to my advantage. He's probably not expecting the Scarf, and I need to be able to switch out after, because a lot of his team can tank the moves that I lock myself into. So it'll just depend on how I use it, what I switch it into, etc. So hopefully that'll work out for me. My next pick is my Drapion, and I didn't want to make the same mistake as last time, so I teched it out with a Lumberry. I'm not letting this dude get burned. I always run Black Sledge because I really like that passive recovery. Like I said, I have no way to heal anything on my team except through the Leech Seed. And Drapion is just really powerful against his team. Knockoff deals with everything except Silvally, knocks off something important. And possibly the Crustle if it has White Herb and it already Shell Smashed. But for the most part, Knockoff is always going to take something off. It deals with Aegislash, as does Earthquake. If I'm expecting a King Shield, I just Earthquake. Instead, if I predict the Flygon switch, I go for Ice Fang. I just have a lot of coverage and a lot of strong damage. Like Poison Jab does 60% to Gmax Grimmsnarl, so like it's crucial to my team. And I only have 20 speed. It's kind of weird, but I only put 20 speed in case it's like a timid max speed Vaporeon. Because I feel like the damage is way better than the speed in this matchup. Because one, Drapions already very fast, base 95, and the 118 is going to outspeed everything naturally that it can't already be outsped by. Like, it can't speed tie Silvally anymore. It can't, and well, it couldn't outspeed the Flygon or the Raichu or the Sigilyph in the first place. And I'm not worried about Sigilyph on Drapion. I have Knockoff. I have Ice Fang. I can deal with it. So I'm like, okay, well, next highest thing on his speed is Roselia Vaporeon. There's no way he's going to run anything on Roselia that's not Eviolite. And Vaporeon has the potential to come. I think he could bring it. And an interesting offensive set could be detrimental to me. So I felt, okay, I'll give it enough speed to outspeed the Vaporeon just in case, and then go full bulk on everything else. So with the HP investment, I live an Earthquake from a Flygon. I can OHKO with an Ice Fang. So I have the potential to deal a lot of damage with Drapion, even without the speed investment. It's naturally bulky, and it's going to be a very interesting tech, I think, especially if he tries to burn me again this time with like a Will-O-Wisp. Well, does he even get Will-O-Wisp or anything? I mean, he could Psycho Shift with Sigilyph with Flame Orb, but I don't think that's going to happen. But, you know, there's always the potential of Pyro Ball burning me again. I have to make sure I don't get destroyed like last time. So, and my final pick is my Araquanid. It is Assault Vest, and I have a tech on him that I haven't used yet. I've been saving it, and that is Mirror Coat. I said he has a lot of strong potential for special attackers, so I brought Mirror Coat, which will reflect all that damage back to them. Against Sigilyph, Air Slash does 55% maximum to me, and as long as I don't flinch, I could just OHKO right back with Mirror Coat. Liquidation does like 90% otherwise. If he doesn't lead with Crustle, Liquidation can do a huge chunk to everything on my team, and nothing on his team can OHKO me except the Crustle and maybe Flygon with Stone Edge. So I think he's a very good lead, assuming Crustle does not appear on his team. But honestly, against my team, I can't see him not bringing it because I have such a glaring rock weakness with Rotom, Araquanid, Frostlass, and Neutral on Corviknight. So I think he's going to bring the Crustle, in which case I have to be prepared. So that's why I'm probably going to lead Whimsicott if I see Crustle appear. Leech Seed is there for the passive recovery. Scald is there in case I can get a burn on the switch or something, but I pretty much am always going to be clicking Liquidation. It's just kind of there as my extra move slot. I didn't put Poison Jab or any coverage on there because Liquidation already does more than Poison Jab would do, thanks to Water Bubble. And just Araquanid's just such a good Pokemon. I haven't been able to use it well this season. It's mostly been just a death fodder, but honestly, it has the potential to be great in this match if I don't flinch on the Sigilyph and I can like get a Liquidation or two off. I think I'm solid. I don't want to set up sticky webs or anything because of Cinderace, and even then it's a little sketchy with me bringing Reflect on Rotom, so I don't know. I just got to play well, and I'm not as scared about the Reflect on Rotom because most of my team is special, at least the things that I plan to actually do damage. Everything else is relatively bulky, so we'll have to see how that goes because this battle is going to be the most important battle, and I think his team is better than mine just in general. So we'll have to see which player is better. Typically our matches are very well matched, like even playing field between both of us. But like I said, he was the only one. Oh, I guess I lost twice. He was one of the two people that beat me during the regular season. He's the regular season champion. And this is the same championship as last season, which I won against him to a 50-50. So I'm not as confident that that's going to happen this time. So we'll see how this goes. I'll cut the battle right after this, and I hope you enjoy and wish me luck, because I'm going to need it this time. Alright, so the battle has begun, and I am very nervous because 2 out of those 6 Pokemon are Pokemon that I am not expecting, which is the Vaporeon and the Silvally. So, good news is he didn't bring Crustle, and I can lead Araquanid, I think. So let's try that. I'm really surprised he didn't bring Crustle, because Crustle would have done a lot of work to me, and I'm curious on how he leads right here. He might switch right into Vaporeon, seeing that I have Araquanid out, but let's find out. I think I just Liquidation, because I think I counted that I survive a Stone Edge, and I am curious to what he will send out, and probably Vaporeon. Yeah, Vaporeon. So that's fine. Except I really don't have anything for this. I think I'm just gonna Leech Life. Yeah, take the Yawn, do 32%, get full health, and now I have to switch. I think I'm just going to go Drapion, because if he yawns again, I have the Lumberry, and if he scalds me and burns me, I have the Lumberry. So I think it's just the best bet. I can knock off whatever he has. If he switches in, I can see have something lose an item except the Silvally, but even then it'll take a big chunk of damage, so let's see. Okay, that's perfect. I think I'm just going to go for the Poison Jab here. I can't really risk not killing this thing. Even if he switches into Aegislash, it's still okay for me. I lose nothing, basically. So let's see what he does. He can't Prankster hit me with anything. So unless he G-Maxes, he's basically only going to switch here. And Aegislash is risky in case I go for the knockoff, so he's probably not. Oh, he's going to G-Max. Oh, he has the berry. Interesting. Oh, I poisoned him. That's fine. Honestly, without the speed investment on this thing, it already did a big chunk of damage to the Grimmsnarl and poisoned it. So I think he's going to predict, if he's expecting me to stay in, I think he'll expect Corviknight, but I'm still going to go for the Poison Jab. I'd rather it just die, to be honest. Yeah, he switched it up, just in case. What's faster? Well, Whimsicott's definitely faster. So I think I'm just going to go straight for the Moonblast. It's fine. What's he gonna Prankster now? I think I still Moonblast. Sucker Punch is going to not do enough, I should say. He has the +1 special defense. I'm not sure if he would have lived with the... Or he would have died if I used Moonblast with that special defense drop, now that I think about it. Or special defense raise. So, I think... Okay, Moonblast is fine. He just goes into Aegislash. I'm gonna go right back into Araquanid. We'll see what kind of Aegislash it is. It's special. Nice. That drop is unfortunate, but I think I just click... I think I just clicked the Leech Life. Okay, he went for the King Shield. That's fine. I should have Scalded. But I didn't want to risk healing his Vaporeon. I'm gonna go for the Scald this time. Even if he switches into Vaporeon, I think I can deal with it, even if it's fully healed. And hopefully I can burn something on the switch. Ooh, this is crazy. His Grimmsnarl is basically useless. And it only cost me my Drapion, which is a big threat to his Aegislash, don't get me wrong. But I have Goodra and Araquanid. Yeah, okay. It's full health again. That's fine. As expected. I think I just Leech Life here again. Even though I'm lowered, it's not going to do as much. But I don't want anything switching in and getting yawned. So, yeah. That's my best bet, and it heals me. So what does he do here? I don't want to sleep, and if I do sleep... Actually, this thing can take, like, everything that Aegislash does. It wouldn't be terrible to put it to sleep, but I think I'm just going to go into Goodra. Or Whimsicott. Maybe Whimsicott. I think if I can choice this... That hurt. That did hurt a lot. I think I just go back to Araquanid. If he yawns again, that's fine. He didn't, though. That's okay. I think I just stay in and let him fall asleep because he can't Gmax Snooze to yawn something else, and he can't sleep anything else at that point. I don't want anything to switch into this thing. I'm going into Goodra here because I don't really know what else I can do. This Vaporeon is a problem, and I should have seen that coming. Taking that Ice Beam on Whimsicott was a problem too. Nice. Okay. I think I just click Ice Beam here. Yeah. I'm a Goodra, buddy. And it was Scarfed, because I got outsped. That means everything else on his team will be outsped by me. So I have to preserve it. I have to Leech Life until I wake up, and then I have to get a good Mirror Coat off. Hopefully he doesn't have... I don't think it gets Nasty Plot. There's no way. So, it's definitely special. Yeah. I have no reason to switch. If he doesn't have Wish, then I'm just in a great position here. If he does Wish and I wake up, then he's forced to switch. He really has nothing else for this, I guess. He's trying to get as much damage off as possible while getting that lefty's recovery. I should wake up this turn. I'm not scared of the Aegislash or the Vaporeon. I wonder if it's like a choice band like normal Silvally. That'd be interesting. He has not brought a normal Silvally yet, so... Silvally Dragon. Interesting. Okay. Interesting. So his utility. That's good to know. I didn't want to switch there because I didn't know what he had planned. Oh no. That's fine. Oh. That's actually great. The Paralyze helped me. Wow. He can't yawn it anymore. Leech Life does a 2-hit KO. And heals me a lot. He has Ice Beam, Yawn, probably Scald. Ice Beam, Yawn, Hydro Pump. Wish? This Araquanid is a problem for him, and if I can get through the paralysis, I think that it has a great chance of winning me the game, especially because it's really the best answer to the Vaporeon, even the Cinderace. Cinderace could be choice banned, which does like 55%, but if I can get this Leech Life off, Liquidation Okos. Liquidation hits everything on his team. So Volley Dragon is very interesting though. Is he gonna sack this? Nice. Free health. So Volley Dragon again. I'm just gonna Liquidation. Yeah, I live. Oh my god! Bro. Yeah, that's unfortunate, but the Paralyze is just tragic to me. It's a pretty even match so far. I have to preserve that Whimsicott with the Vaporeon low in health because otherwise it's not gonna do very much. So if I overheat here and he stays in, he dies. But if he switches, then I want to Volt Switch. So I think I Volt Switch just to see what he does, and I can just go into Corviknight if he stays in. Otherwise, yeah, okay, Volt Switches. And in fact, I am going to go into... Well, with this, I'm going to go into Whimsicott. Because I know that the Moonblast will kill and do a... What did it do? Like 18% to the Aegislash? There's no way it outspeeds me. Unless Extreme Speed kills, but... That's debatable. I am health invested. Yeah, he sacked it. That's great. Oh man, this is a stressful game. Well, I definitely can't stay in on this, and I definitely can't afford to lose my Whimsicott, because it's the only thing left that touches the Vaporeon. So I think I gotta go into Rotom here. Yeah, resisted, perfect. If I just Volt Switch here, if I live the hit, I just get a swap in. Alright, he just switched. So he's not banded. Oh man. I don't know what to do. I think if I just get everything low enough, I can deal with Corviknight. I haven't used my G-Max yet, so I think Draco Meteor should do a lot. He outsped? Oh, fuck, dude. Oh, no. This is not good. Well, now I gotta sack the Goodra. I can't afford to keep it in. That's right, I didn't outspeed. I forgot about that. I definitely calced for that. I have to go into Corviknight and get my defenses up, because otherwise I really can't do anything. Yeah, that does a lot. Oh no. Good news is, I do outspeed. What does this do? No. I really just want to raise my defense right here. That's all I'm going for. I can definitely just roost off the rest of it. Unfortunately, I'm not especially defensive. Yeah, that's not gonna do it. I can't do it. I gotta click the Brave Bird here. Let me just all up to my Whimsicott. Who could... Oh, that's game. No, that's game. Unless I can, like, outspeed the Cinderace somehow. I'm just gonna Moonblast for the Aegislash. He's gonna go into Cinderace and win it. Unless his Pyro Ball misses, and even if it misses, I don't think I do nearly enough to one-hit KO him. Yeah. GG, man. It's a great battle. I got hacked hard, though. The paralysis and the Draco miss, yeah, it was unfortunate. But it's okay, it was a great battle. You and I now you have a win each. And I'll see you next season in the championships for when I take the title for champion again. So, GG, man.